When you picture the ultimate monster, what do you see? Massive teeth, sharp claws, brutal strength? Our nightmares are filled with predators built from bone and muscle. But what if I told you that the blueprint for the most dominant predator this planet has ever seen is not bone, but jelly? We're about to embark on the most improbable, most terrifying evolutionary journey imaginable. A journey that starts with this: a simple, fragile, brainless jellyfish drifting aimlessly in the current, and ends with this: a colossal, intelligent, armored Leviathan that commands the abyss. This is the story of how a ghost of the ocean evolved to become its undisputed king. Act 1. The Humble Drifter. Our story begins 500 million years ago with the common ancestor of all jellyfish, a creature of almost perfect simplicity. It has no brain, no bones, no heart, no eyes. It's more than 95% water. It's a passive ghost, a biological ghost, drifting at the mercy of the ocean currents, feeding on whatever tiny plankton happens to float into its stinging tentacles. For millions of years, this is its existence. A simple, successful, but ultimately unremarkable life form. It survives. But in the ruthless theater of evolution, survival is not enough. To truly dominate, you must change. And for our jellyfish, that change is about to begin. Act 2. The Spark of Intent, the Active Hunter. The first domino falls. A major climate shift causes a massive decline in plankton populations. For our passive jellyfish, this is a catastrophe. Most of them starve. But, as always in evolution, a few individuals have a slight advantage. A random mutation that allows for stronger, more coordinated contractions of their bell. While others drift and wait, these new jellyfish can move. They can actively propel themselves just a little towards areas with more food. This is the spark. The birth of intent. They are no longer just drifting, they are hunting. To coordinate this movement, their simple nerve net begins to specialize. Clusters of neurons form, creating a rudimentary processing center. It's not a brain, not yet, but it's the first step towards one. The passive ghost now has a will of its own. Act 3. The World in Focus, the Sensory Revolution. As our proto-hunter becomes a more effective swimmer, it enters a new world of competition. It now needs to find larger, faster prey, and more importantly, avoid becoming prey itself. This pressure triggers the next great leap, the sensory revolution. The simple, light-sensitive cells scattered across its body begin to cluster together, forming primitive eye spots. At first, they can only tell the difference between light and dark. But that's a game changer. Now, it can sense the shadow of a fish swimming above, or the darkness of a cave to hide in. Its tentacles also undergo a radical transformation. Instead of a cloud of tiny, weak stingers, evolution favors a more efficient design. A few, long, powerful tentacles, armed with nematocysts so potent they can paralyze a fish instantly. The hunter is now equipped with eyes to see its prey and weapons to catch it. The ocean is becoming a much more dangerous place. Act 4. The Ghost in the Machine, the Dawn of Intelligence. With senses and weapons comes the need for strategy. The simple nerve net is no longer enough. The neural clusters merge and grow, forming a centralized ganglion, a true, albeit primitive, brain. This brain can do more than just react. It can learn. It can remember which hunting spots are fruitful. It can recognize patterns. Our creature, let's call it the Mega Jelly, learns the art of the ambush. It can now change its color to camouflage itself against rocks, waiting patiently for prey to swim by. It has developed cunning. Intelligence is born from the need to outsmart its next meal. The ghost in the machine has awakened. It is no longer just a collection of instincts. It is a thinking predator. Act 5. The Unbreakable Jelly, the Bio-Armor. Our Mega Jelly is now a formidable hunter. It's growing larger, faster, and smarter. But its gelatinous body is still a fatal weakness. A single bite from a shark could tear it to shreds. Evolution must solve this problem. The solution is radical. The cells on the outer layer of its bell begin to secrete a tough cartilaginous protein. Over generations, this protein layer becomes thicker, harder, forming a flexible biological armor. A protective carapace forms over its now complex brain and vital organs. It is no longer a soft-bodied creature. It is an armored jellyfish, a living, intelligent torpedo protected by a natural shield. It can now not only hunt, but it can also ram its prey or defend itself from the ocean's other giants. The final act, the Leviathan. Millions of years pass. Our armored jellyfish is at the top of the food chain. With no natural predators, it is free to reach its full evolutionary potential. And that potential is terrifying. Behold the Leviathan. This is the apex of our evolutionary journey. It's a creature the size of a blue whale, but with the grace and speed of a bullet. Its head is a massive, impenetrable armored bell. Its brain is now as complex as an octopus's, capable of advanced problem-solving and perhaps even a form of communication. From beneath its armored head, hundreds of long, muscular tentacles extend, each one a whip-like appendage tipped with a venomous harpoon. It no longer just stings its prey, it actively grapples with and ensnares giant squid, whales, and anything else in its path. And for hunting in the pitch black of the abyss, it has mastered bioluminescence. It can create complex, shifting patterns of light across its body, dazzling, hypnotic displays to lure in prey, or sudden, blinding flashes to disorient attackers. It speaks the language of light. This is not a monster from a sci-fi movie. This is the logical, terrifying endpoint of 500 million years of relentless evolution. A creature that started as a mindless blob of jelly has become a sentient, armored god of the ocean. The true ruler of the planet. The inevitability of life. The journey from a simple jellyfish to a colossal Leviathan seems like pure fantasy. But it's a story built on the fundamental rule of life. Adapt or die. Life will always find a way, pushing into every possible niche, creating forms both beautiful and terrifying. It reminds us that the apex predators we know today are not the end of the story. They are just one chapter. And in the grand, cosmic timeline of evolution, who knows what strange and wonderful monsters are yet to be born from the simplest of beginnings? What do you think? What other simple creature could evolve into an apex predator? A snail? An insect? Let me know your craziest evolutionary ideas in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the wild possibilities of life, make sure to subscribe, because our next exploration will be just as mind-bending. Thanks for watching.